In this video, I'm going to break down for you the most important concept when it comes to actually wanting to become wealthy, creating a business empire, living the life of your dreams. There is one recurring theme in everybody's business and everybody's life that you look up to, and that concept is going to be leverage. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Michael, isn't it about, being the smartest or the hardest working, or isn't it about, positioning yourself the best and, networking? All those things help, but they don't matter anywhere near as much as leverage, right? So I want to break down for you, how do people actually use this? How can you use it yourself, right? What is the compound effect and how does it actually affect you earning money? And basically, if you go ahead and watch this entire thing and you grasp leverage, you're going to be giving yourself literally a pathway to go ahead and earn the kind of money you're looking for. And I want to reveal to you right now, there is no secret, there is no kind of fun, magical way to go ahead and get wealthy. You just need to make sure you have leverage in whatever it is that you do. And I'll break down the 4 main kinds of leverage and how you can go ahead and apply it yourself. Let's cut to it. I want to show you these 2 graphs right here. There's one graph here where this is no leverage, and you've got the y-axis where it's the money you make, and there's the x-axis where it's the time that passes. The exact same thing is shown right here, except leverage here is going to be money time, except the exponent is going to be time, right? There's a very different, if you take a look, there's a very different relationship between time and money on these 2 graphs. Now, what most people do when it comes to earning money is they will get a job where there's nothing wrong with the job, but there's a very, very big problem when it comes to earning more money. This right here is how much you earn based on the amount of time you put in. Whether you earn wage, so money per hour, whether you earn salary, which is money per year, same thing, right? Whether you sometimes even earn money based on a project, it can sometimes be very much tied to time if that project has a timeline on it. If you must take 3 months or 6 months to complete, that's going to be the equivalent of working for a wage. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with this, except for the fact that there is a relationship between time and money. There's no way for you to go ahead and start to earn more for every single hour you put in. There's nothing you can do. You can't work harder, can't work smarter, you can't get better results. Your earnings are directly tied to time. So unless you can find a magical way to get more than 24 hours in a day, and to work past 14 to 15 hours, which is for most people the capacity, right, you're not going to be able to earn more. Whereas what happens when you have leverage is that you start off, typically speaking, earning a lot less at the start, right? If you take a look at this graph, there's a big difference in volume here, right? There's a very big lack in volume. So someone's made a lot more money by the time they get to this point compared to here. But what ends up happening is that leverage allows for a compound effect to take place, which means that you start to earn more and more and more money as time passes, and there's an exponent factor there. Now, why does this happen? This happens because you can either have labor, right, leverage, you can have money leverage, you can have code leverage, or content/media. This means for 1 hour of time that you put in, there's more work being done, right? There's more work being done than you could possibly do in that 1 hour, right? You're not magically just creating something out of nothing. Leverage doesn't mean that you just decided, I'm going to add leverage to this and make more money. What leverage really does mean, though, is that you've gone ahead and you've decided, I'm not going to get paid just off the work I do. I'm going to make sure I have other things working for me to make me money. There's two kinds of leverage, and there's 4 if you break it down. There's permission leverage, which is the most common. It's what most people think about when they think about leverage and scale. It's going to be labor, so hiring people, right? Manpower. Think of a construction company. Think of a bank, right? This is permission labor. You got to hire someone, go through a process. It can be great. In fact, you can hire superstars. And frankly, there's not a single Fortune 500 company, in fact, company that makes over $1 million that has a single employee. There's always going to be multiple people. You just simply don't have enough hours in the day to get done what you got to do, right? And we're not at a point yet where AI can replace that. That's going to be number 1. Number 2 is money. Money just simply allows you to buy things. And things are tools, right? Greater equipment, faster computers, right? Better systems or software. Money allows you to buy tools that allow you to move faster, right? It allows you to become more efficient within your business, meaning you could charge more, you can deliver your service faster, you can create a better product, right? This is permission leverage. Once again, though, the problem with this is it's usually not the easiest thing in the world to get money. You need to have a great credit score, or you need to know somebody and have a good network, and you've got to be able to pay that all back with some kind of interest, meaning you know for a fact you're going to make profit, which when you're just starting a business is not usually the case. You don't know for a fact you're going to be profitable. You're new. That's why the two kinds of permissionless leverage that I highly recommend you guys learn is number one, code. And I'm not saying go learn to code. I'm saying go learn how to use code, meaning how can you possibly use AI nowadays to create code for you that automates things for you. It's literally having a robot do something for you. Or number two, it's going to be content or media. It's exactly what I'm doing right here. You see, I'm going to film this video once, invest some time into making it, but it's going to exist forever. It's the exact same way an author can write a book, and if he makes 10 sales on that book, right, he can go ahead and make X amount per hour. But if he ends up making 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 sales, he'll have still put in the exact same amount of time, but his wage will go from maybe, $10 an hour, right? If he earns $100 in sales, he put in 10 hours, it's $10 an hour. If he earns $100,000 in sales and he still put in the same 10 hours, well, now he's making a lot closer to about, 10,000 hours into making a book. It's a much better wage. End of the day, don't get me wrong. There will always be a trade for time and money. It'll always exist because time is always going, but you can always go ahead and apply these four things to go ahead and make far more money in the time that you put in. I want to make crystal clear here for everybody. Leverage is mandatory to create immense wealth. Every single person that you see, that you look up to, has some sort of leverage. Whether it is a bunch of assets that are making them money while they're not actively working, whether it is social media that is growing when they're not actively working on it. They've recorded videos or made movies or YouTube videos that are working for them. It could be code, where they've got literally minions doing things for them. It could be labor too. Right? It could simply be a lot of people who trust them. You're a great leader. You know how to build great systems, and people are doing the work for you. So instead of you multiplying yourself 5 times, which is impossible, you go and hire 5 people who are pretty much as good, if not better than you at certain things, and it makes everything run much more smoothly. Right? That's why leverage is so important. I want you guys to get this through your thick skull, and I'm sure most of you guys do got it. It was the most important concept that I think I learned. And if you understand this and you can start early, you're going to allow this compound effect to not look like this, but it's going to start looking like this instead. It's going to happen much sooner for you. You're going to make really good money and be able to retire your parents and buy that car and give back to charity. Guys, if you learned anything and if it helps you at all, just like and subscribe. Helps me a lot. I'll make a lot more videos like this. Otherwise, thanks for watching. That's it.